Hello, everybody. My name is Roberto Frassine, and I am the president of the European Composites Industry Association.
Hello, everyone. My name is Raphael Pleynet, and I'm the managing director of EuCIA, the European Composite Industry Association.
We decided to record a short video to introduce our new project, the European Circular Composites Alliance. Well, basically, ECCA, the European Circular Composites Alliance, is a voluntary initiative that wants to promote the circularity of composite materials and to increase the amount of material that is recycled. The initiative has been inspired by the Circular Plastics Alliance, which proved to be very successful for similar targets. ECCA is open to all stakeholders, ranging from raw material suppliers to OEMs and the recyclers, and also including associations and public authorities.
As Roberto said, everyone can join the alliance, and there is no charge. No, it's free of charge, so that's ready to facilitate the subscription and from everyone. We have already launched the concept and the alliance at JEC World in March this year, and we have already more than 100 companies and organizations who have signed the letter of intent. So we expect to have even more during these new steps of the declaration.
Well, the industry has already the ambition for sustainable growth and support for decarbonization. But there is a need to demonstrate that composite materials can contribute to these objectives within the circular economy. However, some barriers prevent it to reach the targets in the short term. Among them are, for example, policy regulation barriers, lack of quality, of standardization of the quality of the recyclate, and low demand from the market.
The industry has already made a lot of initiatives and progress ongoing, but the Alliance is aiming to consolidate, I will call it, all the energies together to really make progress together. So we like to boost the action and tackle all the challenges. One of them you have mentioned about the waste code, and we will go further in details. So we have few challenges we have already identified. Start by the first one, which are the waste code. It's crucial that we can identify and to have a track of all the waste. So we need to have dedicated waste code for the composite industry. We have also already initiated some discussions with the European Commission on that. The second one is around the supply chain. We need to have a very efficient supply chain from the waste to the end, to the recyclers. We have identified the waste volume already. There is technologies available. Some of them are already reaching TRL9. There is a lot of initiative at the moment starting to recycle composite materials, so it's possible, but we need to really expand and have all the stakeholders together.
Of course, having the supply chain in place would require investments, and one of the missions of the Alliance will be to identify those investments and ask for the companies and the authorities to support those investments. One of the major barriers that we expect is the control of the quality of the recyclates, and as well as securing the supply chain for recyclates, so make sure that we have enough material for the market. And last but not least, we should make sure that the recycled material are accepted by the market. And these are the main challenges that we expect in the next coming months for the Alliance to be addressed.
So we have different objectives. The first one is really to demonstrate the key role of the composite material towards the net zero and the decarbonization of the economy. So that the role of the composite material and the benefit of the recycled composite. The second point is to mobilize investments. And Roberto has already mentioned that we really need to inject funding in the recycling. Even if we have already the technologies, we need now to transform it as a business case. So R&D infrastructures, and we need for that the support of public and private funding. The third one is the development of standardized methods like the EuCIA, and also a good way to measure the quality of the sorted composite waste.
The next objective is, for sure, to prepare design guidelines for circularity of composite products, to make sure that the composite products of the future will be more compliant with the circular economy than the composite materials of the past. Then of course, we will have to create a harmonized EU monitoring system for traceability of recycled composites, to make sure that the consumer are aware that the new composite materials will contain a significant amount of recycled material. We have to foster voluntary pledges for from the industry to use recycled composites in their products. And finally, we will establish dedicated working groups inside the Alliance to coordinate actions.
So we really would like to increase the circularity of composite material. And for that, first it's to enhance the uptake of recycled composite in new product. We really need to really somewhere change the paradigm and use the recycled composite material, increase the collection, sorting, and recycling rate across all the European member states. That's also very important to have the support of all the member states around this. Optimize, and we already mentioned that, the waste code to enable best solutions to develop. And finally, target improved composite waste collection and zero landfilling of composite waste. That's really objective.
In order to be able to deliver those results, of course, we will have to identify all barriers and resolve legal, economical, and technical barriers to composite recycling. We will have the opportunity to promote environmental protection through reduction of raw material extraction and pollution. And we commit ourselves to publish an annual report monitoring the progress and outcomes from the working groups.
So ECCA will be an alliance belonging to EuCIA. So that's the first things. With, after that, having its own General Assembly, its own chair or president of this alliance, being part of the board of EuCIA. And then that's the structure with different working groups working on specific topics. And all the members will comply with the code of ethics and the code of conduct and ethics of the alliance and of EuCIA, for example, complying with the European competition laws.
Well, we already got a lot of contribution from the industry and from JEC, who is a sponsor of our initiative. So the 100 more signatories that we have so far, we expect them to increase by including all the stakeholders in the composite industry. So please go to our website, download the declaration of the Alliance, and if you like it, sign to be involved in our activities to the benefit of the entire composite material industry. Raphael?
And but an additional point on our expectation, we would like all the composite industry players, they allocate human resource. What we need from you, it's your time, your competencies, your background, I will say your energy, to really succeed in the working group's activities.
So thank you very much for your attention.